Hello, friends. Welcome back to the vlog. It's about to be Cinco de Mayo, and I just kind of thought that this would be a good time to make some chicken birria in a slow cooker. And I was going to show you guys how I make it. So I have in here 2 leg quarters that are somewhat frozen. I took it down last night to be defrosted, and I got a chicken thigh in there also. So all 5 parts are bone in, and that's going to be useful for how we're making the birria today. I'm going to add some water to it, put this slow cooker on low and slow, and I'm going to create my own bone broth in making the birria itself in its consommé. So I'm going to add some filtered water here. And I'm pouring just enough to cover the top of the chicken. And this is filtered water, as you know. You know how I get down. All right. I think that should be good enough. Bone broth wouldn't be it if it wasn't for some bay leaves, as you know. So just like how I do my homemade bone broth, I'm going to add this in the birria as well. So we got a couple of bay leaves in there. All right, we're going to add some onions. This is 1 small onion I just cut in 4s. We have carrots. If you know, you know. I love them in my bone broth, and I'm going to blend it into the birria consommé. Garlic cloves. We don't put garlic in our bone broth, but we're putting it in this birria. We're going to add some chicken bouillon, and I use the chicken with tomato flavor. It's really good for my chili, my birria, my spaghetti sauce. I like to add a little bit, and with this tomato flavor, it's a really good combination. We also have some Mexican oregano. Very, very good flavor. All right, now we're adding dried Guajillo peppers. I have taken all the seeds out. I try to keep them as much intact as I can, because later on in the process, I'll be taking these out once they have cooked for a while to blend in with this broth. And that's what's going to give us the color of our birria consommé. Just for some extra flavor, I'm going to add some dried arbol pepper. Kind of has a raisin-like texture and feel to it, but it's going to add a little bit more flavor. I had to de-seed that. That's a lot of work de-seeding these peppers, guys, but it's worth it. At least for me, it is. All right, so we set it on low for several hours. Oh, I forgot to mention, I added a couple of Roma tomatoes in there. That'll just break down, and it'll be blended in with the other vegetables and peppers when the time comes. But set it on low for about 6 hours to let it go, and then we'll blend it up and come back to it. Okay, so here we are. It's a couple of hours later, and I just put all the peppers in here to blend up. I put the vegetables in there as well, the onion, the carrot, the garlic, tomato. We're going to blend it all up and make a sauce. We'll try it on crush. I did put a little bit of I did put a little bit of the broth in here as well, so that it would blend. Look at that beautiful color, guys. That's going to be added into the broth that's in here. And there's our birria sauce. Check out how beautiful that is. All right, getting ready to put it in the pot. See if I can do this two-handed without making too much of a mess. I left some carrots in there because I didn't know if I was going to want to mix it all, you know. So let me get a spoon and we'll incorporate that. I wish you guys could smell it. It smells amazing in here. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do is add just a pinch of clove to give it that little extra something. I'm going to do a taste test to see where I'm at, if I need to add like salt, pepper, any basic seasonings. And this is it. I'm just going to let this chicken continue to stew. And then I'll come back a couple of hours later and shred up the chicken. And this is what we got, guys. This is our consomé. I'll take out the bay leaves too, but this is our consomé. So this is basically it. Y'all, I got so excited when this thing was done. This ain't my plate. So don't get confused on that. But I got so excited when this thing got done that I quickly made some tacos, and they in the oven right now. I'm about to show y'all. So what I did was I added some cilantro from my garden, y'all. And I peeled off some meat from out of here. Ooh, it smells and tastes so good. So I just put it on this plate and shredded it up. I'm debating on what I'm going to do with this. Am I going to save it for like my next bone broth, or should I just throw it away? And what am I going to do with this skin? Because the skin couldn't go in the taco. But this is good flavor. It might actually be on the side of my plate. I really don't need to eat it. I don't need to eat it. See, these are the things we got to remind ourselves. Now, I decided that I'd put it in the oven and let it get a good crisp instead of putting it on the stove top. And I got 3. So I loaded them up with onion, cilantro, and cheese. I dipped the tortillas in the birria consomé. And I'm going to have me a little cup on the side. I'll show you the presentation when it's ready. I won't jump the gun this time, I promise. But, yeah, that's all you need to do. And there are your birria tacos, y'all. Here you go, y'all. So I got my 3 tacos. I got some limes here. And I got my consomme. And I'm going to sit down and enjoy this. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little choppy, but hopefully you got the gist of the recipe. If you have any questions below, you already know. Don't hesitate to ask, and I will answer and help you guys out. This is such a delicious dish, and you can do this at home. And again, you know what's put in your food, clean ingredients. So I will talk to you guys later. Take care, friends.